They said it'd be done tomorrow. I want it now. I could time travel. No, I couldn't. I'm better than that. It's so easy though. Just change the time on the console. No, these are the rules. I'm supposed to take it slow. Do it! No, I can't. It's your game. To hell with the rules. You can't make me. Come on! No, oh, hey Bulbasaur, what's up? Oh, hey man. Dude, good one. Classic Bulbasaur. Hi, I'm James, and I've been addicted to Pokopia for a few weeks now. In case you've been living under a rock, or you're watching this anytime in the future after the initial buzz for the game has died down, Pokémon Pokopia, at the time of this recording, is massive, and I don't think anyone expected it. The fans, the Pokemon Company, Nintendo, and certainly not myself. I have been absolutely blindsided by this game, and every little moment of free time that I've had has been taken up by it, which I did not expect, and I wanted to just yap about it for a little bit. So get comfy, sit back, and relax, because today we're gonna talk about Pokemon Pokopia. Yes, I got a physical. Kinda. It's a game keycard. Moving on. If you've been around for a while, you'd know I've never really spoken about Pokemon too much on this channel, but I really like it. It's up there with Sonic as one of my favorite franchises of all time. My first game in the series was Heart Gold, if we're counting only mainline, or Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Darkness, if we're counting everything. I've played pretty much every mainline Pokemon game that's come out over the history of the series, going back and playing Gens 1 to 3, and also the rest of them, including Scarlet and Violet on launch. I still get nightmares. I have a complete living dex, I shiny hunt from time to time. What else? My favorite Pokemon is Victini. Love that guy. I got the life-size Pokemon Center plush of it from Japan. My point is, I've been a lifelong fan of Pokemon, and I got the creds to back it up, and I did not care for Pokopia when it was first announced. Come on, no one else did. Back in September of 2025, as part of a Nintendo Direct, this game was announced with a pretty bare-bones trailer. It showed off the basics. You play as a Ditto who's transformed into their trainer, you can meet Pokemon, you can build, you can craft. At the time, that's all we knew. Now, I'm not normally someone who plays quote-unquote cozy games. Like, I had a brief stint playing Animal Crossing New Horizons during 2020, but who didn't, you know? I dabble in a bit of Minecraft every now and then, sure, but by and large, I'm more captivated by games that aren't as open-ended. Think RPGs, platformers, things like that, curated experiences. So, this announcement kinda just came and went for me. Over the months, we'd get more trailers and information about the game. In those trailers, we'd learn, beyond just a hint of it in the first trailer, that the game would be set in a post-apocalyptic world where, for whatever reason, there are no other humans or Pokemon. Through restoring the land and creating habitats for Pokemon, they would slowly return. There were unique Pokemon like Professor Tangrowth, a moss-covered Snorlax named Mosslax, and this ghostly white Pikachu named Pikachu. The game also seemed to have some kind of story progression, which I won't lie, I completely missed the reveal of. I had written this game off from its first trailer. Can you blame me? I had bigger things to do in November 2025, man. Like, I don't know, I was busy talking about Skylanders. But in February of 2026, on Pokemon Day, something peculiar happened. The 30th anniversary Pokemon Presents was honestly kind of run-of-the-mill outside of the announcement of Winds and Waves, but strangely, I saw the trailer for Pokopia that was part of that presentation, and man, something altered my brain chemistry, I swear. That trailer was honestly pretty much the same as the rest of them in terms of what it actually communicated, but all of a sudden, I was finding myself actively wanting to pick this up. It was so weird. So, less than a week later, I ventured out to my local game store and picked myself up a copy on day one. And man, I have not been able to put it down since! The game opens with you waking up as a Ditto, trying to remember what your trainer looked like, falling into the world, and meeting Professor Tangrowth. He serves as your guide through the game, but from the get-go, the game is really upfront that you're inheriting a world that's gone to ruin. As the trailer suggested, you start to work on creating new habitats for Pokemon, learning new moves while you go, and solving small problems for the guys inhabiting your town. Simple, right? Well, I have no idea what they put in this game, but that simple, slow-paced gameplay loop has me and practically everyone hooked. The Pokemon all have unique personalities and dialogue. The plot, while simple, has a decent bit of lore going on under the surface with regards to where the humans went and why the world is in the state it's in, and it's just damn fun! At the time of making this, I haven't even finished it yet, and I feel like I've barely scratched the surface with what's possible. I know that there's ways to make your own sandbox type worlds with the Cloud Islands, but I've really been wanting to just solve all the problems of the little guys and learn all the skills I can before I really get stuck into the building system, the crafting system, all of that. I'm having so much fun with it. The game is really colorful and pretty to look at despite its simplistic presentation. The sound design is a treat, and honestly, being forced to take it slow and just do things at my own pace really allows me to just enjoy the ride. I'm not even doing anything extravagant in the game. I'm not here to show off any big builds or automated farming systems or anything of the sort. The footage you're seeing is from my own personal blind playthrough. My towns are still kind of a wreck. I live in a hut that was built in the wreckage of another hut, but I love it. The game doesn't hold your hand, but it does gently nudge you in the right direction. And I really like that, especially for an open-ended game like this. They kind of hammer this point home through the dialogue, but there is literally no rush. Yeah, you could go and wake up Mosslax and progress the story of the Bleak Beach, but you could also go to a dream island and smash apart an entire house just because. I have to do it, man. I'm compelled. The game surprisingly feels like it has a lot of depth. The farming systems, the resource gathering, and the ways you can utilize the unique skills of the Pokemon you befriend are also nice. I don't know. A lot of people say this game is like a spiritual successor / combination of Animal Crossing, Minecraft, and Viva Pinata, which, I mean, I've never played that last one. You can breed pinatas? But based on what I do know, other than that bit, yeah, that all checks out. When I played Animal Crossing New Horizons back in 2020, which was 6 years ago, by the way. What? I had some complaints, I guess, with the game and the progression and how arbitrary and clunky some things felt, particularly the menu and dialogue, but surprisingly, Pokopia feels like an answer to that. Yes, things take time, but the game respects that. It doesn't throw 1 billion dialogue boxes in your face to do a few simple tasks. If something is being made, it gives you a precise time as to when it'll be done. If it says it'll be done tomorrow, you know that as soon as 5 AM rolls around or as soon as you change the time on your console, it's ready. And I think mainly I just really needed a game like this. I don't want to get too into things, but I've been going through a bit of a rough time recently, adjusting to some big life changes, and this game kind of fell into my lap at the perfect time. The fact that it encourages you to take your time with things, that it's really simple and pleasant to engage with, that it's relaxing, that it's Pokemon, all of it has been giving me a really cozy feeling. I don't know. I think I get it. I think I get why people like these kinds of games. And oh boy, do people like this one. So Pokopia conceptually is actually really interesting. It's co-developed by Game Freak and Koei Tecmo's Omega Force, who worked on a game called Dragon Quest Builders 2. That's a whole other story because that had a bunch of people from the original Dragon Quest builders on it, and I don't want to get sidetracked, but the point is, these people know what makes a game like this work, and the world has kinda caught on. In its first 4 days, Pokémon Pokopia sold over 2.2 million copies. That's a lot. It catapulted it to the top 5 best-selling Switch 2 games ever at the time of its release, and trying to find a physical copy, or, well, a game keycard, is apparently a monumental task. I've heard from friends that they've been to 5-6 different stores across their city only to be told the same thing. It's sold out everywhere. People are buying Switch 2 consoles left, right, and center to play this game, and I don't know if there's actually been a game that's been this much of a hit and a system seller since the console launched. Sure, there was Donkey Kong Bonanza. Sure, there was Pokemon Legends ZA and Kirby Air Riders, but at least anecdotally, from word of mouth, from what I've been hearing on the street, none of them have had the impact that Pokopia has. And weirdly, based on the trailers and the marketing and the way that no one had stock to meet the demand, I don't think Nintendo expected this. If you're watching this outside of the initial launch buzz, I'm sure that supply is no longer an issue, but man, it's such an interesting phenomenon to see firsthand. At the time of this recording, the game is the highest rated Pokemon game in the entire franchise. So many people are posting online about cool things they've built, strange things that their Pokemon have said, and I know a few people myself that have either picked up or are considering picking up a Switch 2 console purely to play this game. So I mean, it's a win for the Pokemon community, and a win for Nintendo, and a win for the wider gaming audience. Pokopia is a really interesting blend of a bunch of different things that just clicks. And I, for one, am really loving it. Okay, that's all the time I've got. I gotta get back to playing Pokemon Pokopia on my Nintendo Switch too.